Well, we are back after. Was that a red? No, that wasn't a stop sign.
Stop sign. So, this is the two angry guys, John and Brett. We just got out of Yawn of Justice, I would call it.
Yeah.
Batman versus Superman. I don't know if I've ever been so disappointed. Like, I was hoping to be wrong. I know earlier I said I had low expectations, but whatever low expectations I had, the movie didn't even meet those, I think. At least to me. And you were a little bit more optimistic earlier.
I was.
And how'd that turn out?
Those hopes. Wait.
You going this way?
Okay. Those hopes were, I would say, crushed within the first 10 minutes, and that was based purely on the poorly editing skills that they put us through. Yeah,
the editing,
I said this before.
The way this movie is put together is going to confuse a lot lot. It jumps all over the fucking place. There's no consistency to the story that's going on.
There's no consistency, and I don't want to bring up certain things to spoil it and everything like that. But yeah, there were points where I turned to you because you're like, about
what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, and that's exactly how I felt.
And you're a fan. You're a real fan, and you're like turning to me like, what the fuck is going on?
I had no idea. Like, there was one big part in the movie which sets up not only towards the end of the movie, but it'll obviously set up towards the the following movies.
Yeah.
And I turned to you and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I mean, we'll discuss in our spoiler review, which we'll do on the podcast.
Not only that, but within the first 5 minutes, I've said this a couple times already, I feel like I was watching a movie and sitting next to somebody that had their finger on the DVR button where it just like
it skipped. It was like
15, 20 seconds.
You can almost hear the TiVo sound and you hear like that sound that's
Yeah.
Like, it just jumps all over the fucking place. And there's so much I want to get into, but I can't right now because we don't want to be spoilery.
Yeah, we want to be nice and at least
we want to give you a couple days to at least see it, so you kind of know what we're talking about. There's one scene that is so gratuitous to me and such fan service in the worst way. It's like, at least when they did the Avengers and they introduced new characters, those characters had a reason to be there. And in this, it's just like, hey, look, it's this character. Oh, guys, you like this character? Here's him for like 30 seconds of screen time.
Do you remember the point in the first Avengers movie where they show all Avengers standing together and they're doing that really cool pan?
Oh, I remember. We went to go see that, and the applause when they had that scene where the Hulk and they circle around everybody.
I forgot we were at that joint for that. Yeah,
the crowd went crazy.
The crowd went nuts.
Especially when the Hulk, he goes, Hulk, smash, and then everyone just fucking went nuts in the theater.
Yeah, the scene when they finally show Wonder Woman standing in between Batman and Superman, the complete opposite.
Yeah, I would say in our showing, maybe there was like 2 applause.
And you know what? This isn't even really giving away any spoilers, so I'm going to just outright say it. The only time the entire theater popped in any way was the first time they showed Wonder Woman.
Yeah, when Wonder Woman shows up. Yeah.
In the full Wonder Woman outfit.
Yeah.
There were a couple, like, applauses.
There was some mild stuff.
And like, oh, yay, like, it's that guy.
Yeah. But there's when the cameos happen, and I think we all know that Aquaman's in the movie because they announced it.
Yeah, so
when Aquaman shows up in his brief little thing, the crowd like lightly applauded. It was otherwise pretty tame throughout the whole thing. Yeah. And people were falling asleep. Like, I saw people just like looking really fucking bored. I can't believe I'm saying this. It's a fucking movie where Batman and Superman are fighting, and I was fucking bored for like easily an hour and a half.
Like you said, it was a movie. And,
it was Batman a movie with scenes, and Batman was in it. And sometimes stuff happened. Sometimes it made sense. Sometimes it didn't.
If I had to, I would say at least the end of the second half, and then the third final chapter were probably the highest points of the movie. Yeah. But even then, there were some things that would.
I mean, I think we could discuss this without getting into too much spoilers. But how do you feel the portrayal of Doomsday went? Was it basically what you expected?
Look-wise, yeah.
No, I mean, but like the use of the character, because Doomsday has like is a real character in the books. He's not just like a fucking creature that was just designed to fuck. I mean, he was a creature that was designed to fight Superman, but like he actually had kind of a backstory to it.
Yeah,
and like a little bit of motivation as to why he was there. This he just exists to fight, have a fight scene.
Yeah,
that pretty much was the entire reason.
I would say, yeah, I kind of have a problem with that. But everything else involving Doomsday, I wasn't too disappointed with.
All right, so we mean Wonder Woman she was in the movie.
Yeah.
She has not as many scenes as people would be led on to believe. She's there.
Feminists are going to be pissed about that,
yeah.
John.
Yeah. Again, I don't want to get into too much spoilers here. I personally hated the motivation for why Batman and Superman were fighting. They set up a really good motivation in the very beginning of the movie. And then they do something. Lex Luthor does something, and it makes no fucking sense as to why that would do.
You're led to believe it goes down one path to set up Batman versus Superman.
Right. They have there's a very logical reason why they should be fighting.
This isn't even really giving
what they go with, isn't it?
This isn't really even giving away spoilers because they pretty much mention it in the trailer. The whole point that they lead you to believe Batman versus Superman is you have this super being that could destroy the whole planet.
Right.
At any given notice, and obviously it's known that he destroyed some Wayne Tech buildings during Man of Steel, and then they take that and then they just completely shit the bed with it.
Right, and I said right at the very beginning, I'm like, there's this opening scene, it's ridiculous. God, there's so much stuff I want to talk about that I hate it. And I just leaned over to you and going like, was this what 9/11 was like? Because I don't remember it looking this way. There's some usage that you could pretty much, if you swapped it out like with 9/11 news footage, it would be identical. People wouldn't be able to tell that
it would
it's
be a little bit
from
more entertaining because you have Ben Affleck running
yes.
around. And the thing is, like, Ben Affleck did a
good job.
He did a damn good job. I liked the portrayal of Batman. His portrayal of Bruce Wayne was different. I enjoyed it. It wasn't something that I feel like maybe changed there wasn't really too much change to the character. There
was some stuff I personally didn't like, and there's already news about this. Batman does kill people, he legit kills people, and it's not something I like.
It's not like in Dark Knight where he'll shoot at a car and the car will
he'll shoot out the tires. Like Batman would always do something like that unintentionally, or at least in a way that he couldn't be directly said he murdered those people. It'd be he'd shoot at the tires, or he'd cause a car crash or something. He's just shooting people in the face.
He's straight up fucking blowing shit up.
He shoots a guy and you see the blood shooting out of the guy's head.
He stabs a guy too.
Yeah. And he's branding people so they get murdered in prison and all this. There's all this weird shit.
So I guess we'll make sure to put a spoiler.
I guess there's minor spoilers. There's minor spoilers, but we're not really saying all that much.
Yeah, we're.
I don't know, man. My overall, I didn't like it, and I'm a little worried about them getting all their, tying all their horses to this wagon, because they already shot Suicide Squad. That's coming out the end of the summer in August. Wonder Woman's I think shooting now.
Yeah. And
then they're going to start shooting Justice League at some point soon. And I'm gonna say, if the reviews and the people coming out of the theater are representative of what the overall thought overall is going to be here, I can't see a lot of people looking forward to the next couple movies after this.
No, there's gonna have to be some real big changes.
You're gonna get a lot of the fanboys oh look, it's Harley Quinn, and Joker.
Oh my God, Harley Quinn.
But is that enough? That doesn't make a good movie. And even if Jared Leto plays a good Joker, it doesn't guarantee that the story around the movie is. Oh God, the fucking story for this movie, it's a fucking mess. It's a fucking mess.
And it all goes back to what I said earlier about the editing. The editing does not help it.
No, not at all.
The editing does not help it one bit. And like I mentioned, if you watched when we did the live stream, I mentioned how just based off the trailers and from what I knew, I felt like DC doing this was as if Marvel made the Avengers first and then made all the origin stories.
Right.
And it was no more apparent than when I finally watched this movie. I'm like, yeah, they're just Like, everything would have made sense if they would have did, like, a Batman movie, then a Superman movie, and a Wonder Woman movie, and then slowly intertwined all these things
stories,
into it.
yeah.
And then it's like, okay, well, then there's that one scene in the beginning of the Batman movie where you'd be like, wait, what the fuck's going on? But if you did the 3 fucking movies, it would have made much sense.
Yeah. You turned to me I would say probably like in the first 3 or 4 minutes of the movie, there's something that happens, and you look over to me and go, what the fuck?
You know what? The funny thing is, I can't even remember what it was.
It was what did I call it? The Jesus pose scene, where he's ascending into heaven.
Oh, yeah.
That whole thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not going to recommend. I know everyone's going to go see this anyway. I personally cannot recommend this. It's not. I can't imagine spending like. I was talking originally going to see this when they opened the 4D theater.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend the money to go see it in 4D.
No.
I mean, I know they're going to do an extended R-rated version,
Which apparently is 4 hours long.
I've heard only a half hour longer to 3 hours. But,
okay. That
I mean,
man was a lying son of a bitch.
I was bored in this 2.5 hour version. I don't know if I can watch a 3 or 4 hour version of
and
this.
you sat through the fucking 6 hour version of
I love
Watchmen.
the 6 hour version of Watchmen. It's fucking fantastic. Anyway, so we're gonna give you a full breakdown review, and let's turn this light on here so you can see us. Hey, look at our faces. We're gonna give you a full breakdown review. I guess later this week.
Monday.
Monday. We'll try to get something together this weekend and talk about the movie and get into spoiler stuff. Until then, you can still find our latest episode on at Podomatic, iTunes, listen through twoangryguys.com, which basically links to our Facebook. And we'll give you the deets, as they say. The deets. I like that. Yeah. All right. So for John and Brett, this is Two Angry Guys, and we'll see you next time.
Signing off.
Later.